go live?
No, we're not live, but we are
not
recording.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to The Nerdery.
I'm JD.
I'm Jimmy.
And Chris is back.
Yes,
Welcome
sir.
back, Chris.
We missed you, buddy. We are going to be crashing through some stuff tonight, so we have plenty of room for discussion in our second part. We might run over a little bit into the second part for our previews, reviews.
Well,
But we're going to do the best we can.
Do you mind if I get us started?
Go ahead, get us started,
So
man.
I'm going to run through this as quick as I can. I got a lot of shit.
Save that for last.
I will save that for last. It's not a
Okay.
big deal. I don't think you want to be there, buddy. Let's see here. Sorry, I had to move a mosquito hawk. By the way, those are Texas mosquitoes for anybody up north that's listening. Watch out, they will suck you dry.
That's right. Stay away.
Not really. But anyway, first up, I'm going to talk about Carnage and Hobgoblin, the Axis trade paperback that collects all 6 issues of both miniseries. It looks like Carnage is trying to be a good guy and wrestling with the thought of why do bad things that he have done in the past make him feel sick, and why is he compelled to do good. The Hobgoblin, apparently the original Hobgoblin, which, give me a second and I will have his name because it's almost forgettable, even though people in the book don't seem to want to forget him. Fuck me, I can't. I'm terrible.
What are you doing, Jimmy?
What am I doing? I'm flipping through this book. His name is Roderick Kingsley. Apparently he was the original Hobgoblin. Prior to Axis, he was more than content to rent out supervillain personalities to people who were willing to go out and do the dirty work. Previous Axis, now he is willing to give people superhero self-help programs in 3 steps. Very interesting book. I have not finished it, but so far I am thoroughly pleased. From there, we'll do some other Marvel fare. The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl #3 has come out, and she is still on her long journey, long but short journey, on going to fight Galactus. And this one ends with her about to go toe-to-toe. So, if you're going to read The Unbeatable Squirrel Girl and all of its antics, check it out. Issue 4 will be out next month. Another one I picked up from Image Comics, the #1 issue of Chrononauts.
Which has been huge.
Apparently.
It's been a huge thing. Mark Miller and Mike Mignola have been tweeting about it almost constantly.
Man, I sat down and read this and I was impressed. It was very fast paced, and it deals with the idea of time travel. I mean, these 2 guys, they develop a way to see back into time and via satellite, and then they devise a way to go back into time. And it looks like it's going to be a Lost in Time kind of deal. You know, the story looks really great, ramps up nice, and I am eager to read more.
So yeah, check it out.
Check that one out. Another one from Image Comics. Now, this one was personally recommended for my friend Chuck at Washington Bedrock, and one day we will have him on the show.
We will,
because he knows comics, man. This guy will talk. But he shoved this in my hands and said, dude, you need to read this. And it's called Big Man Plan. It's from Eric Powell and Tim Weish from Image Comics. It's one of 4. So it's a 4-issue series, not a big investment. So if you're looking for something small you want to read, and the guy in here, he's a midget. Dealing with the late 1970s, early 1980s. He was a war vet from Vietnam. They specifically threw him into a top secret Black Ops program where he was basically a tunnel rat, and he was sent into the Viet Cong tunnels in Vietnam to take them out. And this guy is just dealing with being the little guy, but it's a great story. It's also it's from the creator of Goon. So if you read the Goon, this has got a lot of the similar artwork, a lot of the similar writing. Not for kids, as with Image Comics, I always caution.
very adult themed.
Very adult themed.
Parental advisory.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, big time. You get some serious.
I know Marvel and
nastiness
DC have taken a rating themselves right on the cover. Is Image doing the same?
No,
No.
they do not.
So danger, danger. If it's
Yes.
Image, pretty much pre-screen if you have children.
Yes. I also picked up Silver Surfer number 10, and I've always been a big advocate for this book. I love it. It's beautiful artwork. It's got a classic style to it, and the Surfer is fighting Galactus again. He's trying to stave Galactus off from destroying remnants of his past destroyed world. People who have escaped destruction from previous worlds that were consumed by him and ended up living together on a planet and creating their own community.
Huh.
Galactus tracks them down by tracking Silver Surfer's power cosmic.
Wow.
And Surfer has to thwart him again. Also, his female compatriot almost becomes a herald in that book. So you might want to check that series out if you have not. It's great. Another one I've been picking up, Big Trouble in Little China, which is written by Carpenter and Carpenter himself. So he's a co-writer on this, and it picks up right where the other one left off. Issue number 9 takes place in the Hell of No Return, where where David Lopan has somehow bonded his soul to Jack Burton and dragged them both to the Hell of No Return. So he has to deal with that. And yes, I'm not going to talk about that. You will talk about that, and we'll talk about it.
We'll talk about that.
I'm going to hold off on this one. I also have War Stories, issue number 6, and it's got a great nose art cover. Nose art is from the World War II era. For most people who don't know, a lot of people call it pinup art, but it's what people would decorate their nose of their bombers with when they flew out. And I love the nose art covers, but has nothing to do with bombers. This 3-issue story arc from War Stories, which is issues 4 through 6, deals with an Israeli tank command during the Yom Kippur War. It's a great story. I highly recommend it. Garth Ennis is a madman for writing so many fucking comics at once, but he does, and I love his writing. It's great stuff. So anything Ennis, Garth Ennis, check him out. He's got some awesome work. Also picked up the Hulk issue number 13, which, as stated on the cover, you have Deadpool stating that this is no way to treat a guest star while his face is being clutched by the Hulk, or Dr. Green, as he's calling himself. I have not read this one yet, but it starts out with Dr. Green calling himself in the past just before the gamma radiation test. So that's an interesting startup for the book. Well, I got 2 blasts from the past. I'm going to end it on this note. Like I said, I'm blazing through this as quick as I can. The blast from the past, I decided to hit up the What If Bedrock, and I found What If the Fantastic Four had lost the trial of Galactus, which, the reason I picked this one up, this is issue number 15, by the way. I don't know which run. I think this may be from the second run of What Ifs, but it's issue number 15.
What year?
You'd have to open up the book to find out.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say early 90s. This one's got to be mid 80s, but yeah, I picked that one up because it was an interesting note. Whenever I went out to
1990.
Oh yes, it is. Okay, so I picked that one up. It was an interesting note because, like, the weekend before I went to the store and picked it up and found it, we were having a discussion. Me, Chuck, and his buddy, one of his buddies from the other store. We were talking about, Reed Richards defending Galactus, and they put him on trial for that. And I was just like, holy shit, this is the one that's the what if, the opposite. What if he couldn't defend himself against the Shi'ar Empire? About Galactus. Basically, in the original story arc, Reed Richards states that to defend himself, he states that Galactus is a force of nature, and he was put on trial because they didn't stop him when they could have.
Gotcha.
And he basically said, Galactus is a force of nature. You can't stop what's naturally occurring. I mean,
yeah.
It's as horrible a thing as it is. It's like a hurricane, So, interesting story. I wanted to read the what if to that. I also found a what if number 30 from 1981, which is a what if Spider-Man's clone lived. So this is an interesting book because they actually went with this story arc in the 90s and made the Clone Saga, where you had the Ben Reilly clone, Kane, which is now the Scarlet Spider. So definitely some interesting books. If you can find them, I would highly check them out. I would highly recommend you check them out. The What If series is awesome, and it's some great stuff. So I'm not going to talk about this one, but I am going to lead into JD talking about Howard the Duck number 1.
Howard the Duck number 1. I never read any of the old books. I didn't watch the old movie. I came into this not knowing anything about Howard the Duck other than it was more of a sleuth kind of storyline. And, I absolutely love it. It's hilarious. It's very slightly whimsical.
It is whimsical. But, he's kind of a... You don't really get to see him do a lot of detective work. So it's interesting. But he does have his own private eye office. And it's set up next to... who is it? She-Hulk?
She-Hulk, yes.
She-Hulk's...
yeah.
There you go.
Apparently, Chris wants some She-Hulk. But yeah, the the office is right next door to hers. I mean, it's some of the interesting highlights in this one are She-Hulk throws a brick at Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
From a window. That's funny. He actually has a secretary that's basically a pile of garbage with a face painted on it.
Yep.
And you do get to see Rocket Raccoon in this one, so I would highly recommend this one. I just noticed this now. Groot is on the cover.
Yeah.
Groot's on the cover.
Yep.
Little Groot in his pot. That's fucking cool. Yeah, well, I mean, you've got the new Thor, which is a female. You got Dr. Green's feet. You got Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, and the Black Cat all on the cover, as well as Howard himself. So check this out. There's a slew of awesome variants for it.
I'm gonna give it 4 capes.
You gonna give it 4 capes?
4 capes.
I didn't give a fucking chimichanga rating for any of the books I went through, but I'm just gonna say I'm pleased with them all, and I'll give them 4.5 chimichangas.
All the way around.
There you go.
All right. Well, outside of that, I have 2 Blasts from the Past and an Elseworlds review.
I'm just gonna shut the fuck up because I ran over you on that Howard the Duck.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all. My 2 Blasts from the Past are definitely iconic issues in the Superman line. Anybody who knows me knows I'm absolute nut on Superman.
Huge Superman fan.
First Blast from the Past is Superman number 75.
There you go.
Which, for those of you who aren't up on Superman, that is the issue that Superman died.
What?
Yeah.
They killed him?
Yeah, Doomsday, way back in the 90s, early 90s, they killed him.
Doomsday.
Worst publicity stunt ever.
But, powerful story.
Yes.
If you actually go and read that entire arc, the entire Doomsday arc, which I believe is 7 issues, which you can get in trade for actually a low price of about $12.
That's not bad.
The way I see it, if you can read the last 3 pages and not cry, you have no soul.
Yeah.
Because
I cried.
all of 75 is done in splash pages, which is like one giant piece of art covering both pages.
Yeah.
So it's very powerful, very emotional, and like I said, if you don't cry, you don't have a soul. The next Blast from the Past is also Superman number 82, which is of the next story arc following the death, which is the Reign of Superman. 82 was the last issue of the Reign of Superman, and it's entitled Back for Good. It's Superman getting his powers back.
Yeah, and I see.
Not only has he been reborn, but he comes back to being full power.
Yeah, I see your the Superman you knew before the death, and behind him is the
Hank
cyborg
Henshaw.
Superman, Hank Henshaw's face.
Now this is the foil variant cover. I do have the regular cover, which is all of the Superman, including a powerless Superman. But behind them is Superman once again back in the red and blue and gold that we all know and love.
But with longer hair.
Longer hair, yes. Yes.
They decided to give him a do that spoke, party in the or business in the front,
party in the back. Yeah.
So.
Well, he came back a little bit more dark and gritty.
Yeah.
I'm Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Not quite. But the number 75, I'm definitely going to give 4.5 capes to.
Nice.
Just because how iconic that was. And 82, I'm going to give also a solid 4.5. If you follow the death and you can't find the whole reign of Superman, which I'm not going to knock you for, it's a very long arc. It's huge and it's very difficult to collect. But if you only get one, get that one.
I tried to collect that and failed because I was too young and did not have enough money.
Yeah, it's a massive, massive story. They were putting out like 3 parts of the story every week.
Yeah.
So it was pretty insane. And that was, of course, following a 3-month hiatus where no Superman title was being published after the death. They did not publish anything, or they did the death and the funeral, and it went on a 3-month hiatus. Nothing Superman was published.
They were like, let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
And then they were like, dude, we got to bring him back.
Yep. And Dan Jurgens, my favorite writer for Superman. He just did an awesome job. Now, my Elseworld review for this week is my absolute favorite. One of very few that I will outright give a blind 5 capes to.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah, Superman Red Sun.
Didn't I recommend that one to you?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And it's...
Thank you.
Yeah. It's absolutely outstanding. It'll shake you to your core. It'll make you question everything that you think you know about Superman. If you haven't read it, please read it. Don't borrow it. Go buy it. It's
don't
12
borrow
bucks.
it. Don't borrow it because I let somebody borrow that and I never.
You're not going to get it back.
Oh no.
Yeah, if you borrow it from somebody, you probably won't want to give it back.
Yeah.
Just go buy it. It's $20. You can find it at Barnes and Noble.
It's well worth the money.
Yes, and
so what's the deal behind that one? What happens in that one?
That is, what if Kal-El would have landed in Soviet Russia instead of the heartland of America, and he basically becomes a Soviet hero
during World War II?
No, this is actually Cold War era.
Cold War era. Okay.
Cold War era, and it's I don't want to spoil anything at all, but yeah, it doesn't matter what you know of Superman. Pick it up, read it.
And don't you get to see alternate versions of the Justice League?
You get to see Wonder Woman, Batman, who else? Brainiac, Lex Luthor, and
I think Green Lantern.
I think he's in it too.
Hal Jordan shows up.
Yeah.
Actually, a Green Lantern core.
Yes.
But not the core you're used to.
No, it's completely different.
Cool. In this one, I want to stress to if there's anybody listening from the DC house that's responsible for any of the animated features that are coming out, and
do this,
yeah,
please,
yes. If you want to do another Superman story, because you guys do a lot of Superman stories, do Red Sun, and
don't butcher it like you did Doomsday. That was terrible.
Well, they've come a long way since Doomsday.
Yeah,
they have come a long way.
Yeah.
You got to see some of the new stuff they're putting out, man. It's
I do.
Good. The Atlantis story they just put out was okay. I'm just not a big. It's New 52. I'm not a big New 52 fan.
I'm not either.
But if you want to do some animated, throw some more Elseworlds out there.
Yeah, I mean, y'all are into the New 52. Bring them. You're bringing those back. Just give me something.
Yeah.
Previews. This Wednesday, upcoming Wednesday, Red Lanterns number 40 is dropping. That is more than likely going to be the last issue of Red Lanterns.
Is that the end of the Red Lanterns?
It's the end of the arc, and they are not starting a new one.
Okay, but are they still going to be in existence?
That hasn't really been said.
Okay, have you been reading it?
Yes, I have, and
does it look bleak?
Kinda.
Ooh.
Kinda. And dropping this week from Marvel, some number ones for you. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad number 1. And
I think that's a Disney, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yes.
And then Dark Tower, The Drawing of the Three House of Cards number 1 is dropping this week. And then your cinema movie poster variants that are coming up. They're Batman and Robin, which is the Lost Boys.
Nice.
Lost Boys cover. Catwoman number 40, which would be the Bullet cover.
Yes, that cover looks awesome.
And Justice League Dark, which will be Beetlejuice.
Yes.
And
no, it's great. It's great. You've got Dead Man, sitting on top of the Hall of Justice, like it's the house on Beetlejuice. Like Dead Man's in the place of Beetlejuice, and then you've got Constantine in the place of what's his name? Baldwin.
Oh, yeah.
And then in place of Gina Davis, you've got Zatanna. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Now, as most of y'all who listen know, I've been out of town for a week, so I don't have much from this past week. I know the Supergirl Wizard of Oz variant came out this week.
Come out too.
And I don't know what the other ones are. I think they're actually doing more than 3 a week. I'm not sure. Don't quote me.
Well, I hope you have them all because
they're all sitting in the
your
box. They're all sitting in the box. I'll be by tomorrow.
All right.
Newsflash, Comicpalooza. Little less than 60 days away.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Yep.
When? When?
Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day weekend. All right, I'm going to look it up. See if
Are
I'm
they
off.
still doing a 4-day event?
From what I understand, yes.
Holy
Awesome.
shit. Wow. Wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot. If you're in the Houston area or you're near Houston and you haven't been to Comicpalooza, I've gone at least 2 years. No, have I gone 2 years? Or no, I've only gone 1 year. Fuck, I've only gone 1 year. But it was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh, we got to do some shout-outs. You already shouted out to Bedrock.
Yes.
Shout out to Southern Vapors over at 322 East Texas Avenue.
And I want to do this shout-out. All-Star Comics in San Jacinto Mall in Baytown, man. Those guys are awesome. Provide excellent service. We're constantly asking me, hey, you need any help? Is there anything you're looking for? You know, and they just wanted to make sure I was taken care of. And, granted, they didn't know I was part of...
No, they didn't.
They didn't know I was part of this podcast until I was just about to check out. And I told them, hey, JD dragged me in here, and, I really enjoyed the place. I want to tell Jay, he's doing a really good job with his store. And he's got the right merchandise in there. He's got a great eye for merch.
Yeah.
And he knows what catches people's eye.
Yeah.
And that's how he sells, man.
Especially the big-ass Hulk in the front.
Oh, yeah. There's only 300 of those in the
and
world.
don't touch it.
Don't touch it. They get very upset about that.
Yeah, do not touch
some more
I
shout-outs.
have seen kids being thrown for that.
Yeah.
Some more shout-outs. Headliners Comics. They're up and coming. They do have a Kickstarter going. You can go check them out at headliners.com. They got some pretty cool stuff up and coming. They're, like I said, they're just starting out. Everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
But I can see a lot of potential there.
There you go.
And I'm really excited to see what y'all guys are doing. Another shout out, Alterna Comics. Man, they got some awesome looking stuff. Y'all got some stuff that Jimmy and I both are itching to read.
I want to read Mother Russia.
And I want to read The Chair because those just look like awesome titles.
I got to find a way to get a hold of that book.
And I have a comic store review. And
you're gonna hate this one if you work there because you might want to step up your game.
Screw you guys! I was in there for 45 minutes. All right, Alternate Reality Comics. Y'all are in Las Vegas. I'm not even going to give the address for you folks. I'm going to give it a single cape. Ooh. The only reason they're getting one is because they're massive selection. I was in there for 45 minutes, and I know I promised y'all I was going to do something good for y'all for What's Out Wednesday, and I didn't come through for y'all, and this is going to tell you why. I was going to do the video live from Alternate Reality Comics. I go in, I'm in that, I'm one of maybe 3 customers in the store. There's at least 5 employees. I was in there for 45 minutes. Not a single employee spoke to me that entire time. They have no organization. They have no organization whatsoever. That's the only reason I only know of one movie poster variant. Because that's the only one I could find in that whole store. So, yeah, man, y'all guys are asleep on the job. Shame on you. You're shaming the industry.
If you're in the Las Vegas area and you can find any other comic book store to
There's
go
a bunch of them there. Just don't go to that one.
We can't guarantee any of the other ones, but we can tell you this one's not the one you want to be at.
No.
Not unless you want to be, left alone to peruse the shelves
aimlessly for hours.
You said their selection
is huge.
But you said their back issues weren't organized.
No, it's organized by character, which I can understand in some stores. But okay, I'm looking for Superman stuff. I'm looking to complete some collections. There are like 6 different titles, all jammed in one box. I can't find what I'm looking for.
Because it's not even numerically...
No.
Oh, God.
So at 45 minutes, I had $1 issue in my box. I'm like, screw it. Tell my wife, we're going. On that, I'm going to turn it over to Chris. And I'm sorry I ran into your time, Chris. And I'm sorry I'm angry, folks.
I got 5 minutes, and I got a lot to catch up on.
Do it.
We'll run over to the next part if we need to.
We will
No
run
problem.
over to the next part. First, let's see. For this little segment and next, I have games and anime, 1 manga,
Nice.
and a little bit of TV. I definitely have discussion. That'll be the next part also. Borderlands and Bloodborne's released this Tuesday. They have gotten so many reserves and pre-orders on this. Both games, though. Both
Wait, are
games.
you talking about the next-gen Handsome editions?
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Yes, next-gen Borderlands Handsome Collection and Bloodborne, the goriest game to be released on the PS4. Releases Tuesday. The pre-orders just amaze me. It has blown everything else out of the water. Call of Duty and everything else, seriously. Learned about a God of War 3 HD remaster for PS4. Interesting. They said they're going to add to it. I'd like to play it. Maybe more sex scenes.
Oh, my. And we all know Chris is into that.
Exactly.
Well, we all know about the shaking pots in the first one.
Oh, yeah. We got Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. I played it. Wow. 5 joysticks.
Woo.
Seriously. It is a PSP port. They just, they remastered it. They HD'd it. Wow. Still, seriously. Fantastic game. Fantastic game. This was also remastered and released to show the mechanics of Final Fantasy 15 and how that's going to be, because they're supposed to be copying that. Everybody knows about Final Fantasy and the mechanics on gameplay as far as the RPG element and leveling up and everything. It's always changes, but yeah. Let me see here. Let me switch over to TV. The Walking Dead. Holy shit. Seriously?
See, I saw previews of where they're at, and that's about where I stopped reading in the books.
Yeah.
So,
The Preacher. All I have to say is, I hope you die.
oh, that guy's an asshole.
I hope you die. Seriously. I hope you die. I haven't watched the episode, and that's tonight, matter of fact. I'm going to have to watch tomorrow. Just watched a Attack on Titan's live-action Japanese trailer. I don't believe how they could have pulled this off, but there was a Titan. It showed it. It was nice. Also with anime, I have come across Crunchyroll. It's like Netflix. It's like Crackle. It's like everything else. Fantastic for anime. Has a fantastic selection. I believe it's only $8 a month, and you can get the app, the service on your game systems, all your other techs, phone, iPad, Androids, everything. You can watch all your anime. You can subs. You can go straight Japanese. You can do everything you want with that. Let me see here. Got a little bit more. Halo fans. Previously, they released the. I just lost the word. The not animated. The movie they released a while back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Short film?
Well, which one are you talking
It was
about?
the short film, but what's the animation style of that?
CG?
CG. That CG film? Okay.
Where'd you go, man?
I don't like CG, yeah. Halo Nightfall on Blu-ray to be released. That is straight live action
Is there anything like that in
and
Nightfall?
CG. Oh, no, of course
Was
not.
Master Chief get his back broken by Bane?
Do it. You gotta do the voice. Do the voice before we cut.
Oh, we'll be back after this program. Hold on. I have to get the can. Objection! We'll be back after this short break.